Frakes,
Yes.
Maho,
Again.
Jeff,
Yellow.
and Terrence.
Hello.
That's terrible. Let's
I know.
start over. Jeff.
That's where we all do it. Jeff, you're supposed to go.
Hello.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. All right.
So when we took that little little smoke break before getting back into this episode, Frank said he doesn't like slasher movies, and I don't agree with him.
What? You said that?
I'm going to go see the new Scream movie tomorrow, and he said he doesn't like slasher movies.
Yeah, they're not really my favorite.
Tell us why you didn't like Scream.
I didn't like Scream because it felt like, I mean, it was just friends murdering friends for kicks. I don't know, thrill killing.
I wouldn't call
Turns
that
me off.
friends.
I know, but
I wanted you to say that again because when you first said it, I thought you meant because there were people who were in the show Friends.
I see.
I couldn't get behind it because Monica.
Yeah.
I don't know, Monica. I don't really want to stab anybody. You're going to stab him.
No,
The bad guy can't take it.
It's the same reason that I didn't really like. Was it Toxie? The Toxic Avenger, where there were those gym membership people, the gym goers who were. Was that the movie where they were killing people with their car?
Huh?
Like at the
Toxic
very
Avenger has
beginning.
the Toxic Avenger in it.
No, I know that part, but there was like a subplot of these teenagers that would do hit and runs.
You think a rock and roll nightmare? No way.
It's very possible. I just remember that they ran over a paper boy and they smooshed his head and they laughed about it afterwards.
Okay,
And
that
they-
might be Toxic Avenger. That sounds
Yeah.
real traumatic.
And it just kind of turned. It's the same movie where they're in the gym and the guy's pinching his belly skin and he goes, "Oh, fat!" and he starts working out super hard.
You don't like comedies. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I have no sense of humor.
Well, I mean, we know that.
Yeah, well, then why are you asking these questions?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
I just wanted to bring up the fact that I thought you were upset about the cast of Friends being in the first Scream movie. It was a giggle I had to myself, and I wanted to bring it to a recording.
I think Scream's biggest sin is having an Arquette in every film somehow.
The same one.
The same Arquette in every film.
Yeah. We all know he peaked at Eight-Legged Freaks.
That was a good one. I liked that one.
It's so classically dumb. I fell asleep watching it again the other night, and I forgot how much CGI has improved since that movie came out because those spiders are terrible looking.
I watched Solomon Kane today, and CGI has improved since 2009 a lot. But
Yeah.
that movie was surprisingly good. Like I didn't expect. I hadn't seen it.
I don't think I've seen it.
Not bad. It's on Tubi. That's where I saw it.
You watched it with commercials? Ugh.
I mean, the commercials are like 1 15-second Geico commercial every 25, 30 minutes. So yeah, whatever, fuck it.
That's how I watched Attack the Block again. It was the only place I could find it. I fucking love that movie.
Is that the John Boyega movie?
Yeah, Critters in London is what I like to describe it to people.
Critters in London.
I mean, it basically is a Critters movie in London.
Why haven't they made that movie?
They did. It's called Attack the Block. It's phenomenal.
So I'll go look at the kitchen.
Oh, just jumping on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
sure,
checking
why not?
all that stuff. All right.
Sure.
I'm just opening up the map.
Well,
You just
let's
got
see.
into the bedroom.
Yeah, you just got to the sleeping chamber.
Okay.
So, like I said, there's gold everywhere. You've been rubbing your hands through it.
Don't you have enough cheese, Jeff? Calm down.
Damn it! I want my cheese.
You you begin doing a quick tally of the gold in here, and you see that it is a goodly amount, roughly 15,000 gold pieces in assorted coinage
Jesus.
between silver and gold pieces, man. That will probably come to at least an extra 1,000 pounds based on the amount of silver and gold.
Damn. Okay.
So I don't know what you are using to carry all this mess.
A portable hole that just has the golem in it.
Okay.
Bury the golem in gold.
Yeah, I mean you can do that, and you have time to do it while Pod is away. But you guys also wanted privacy with your new companion, I suppose, Mr. Cybot Noob. Wait, not Noob, Cybot
R2s.
R2s, Cybot R2s. So, what did you want to talk to him about while you're shoveling gold into this portable hole?
Well, my whole thing was like, look, we really don't know you. You give him the rundown of our scenario, but like not. I don't know. I don't know actually how much I would want to give him the rundown. Kind of get a feel for him as a person. And
the halfling starts feeling you.
Stab it.
No, I'm not a halfling. I'm medium-sized.
There's a good place to start.
Oh,
When I gave my when I told the halfling the story of what I knew, you got a sense of me being a very uncharismatic, direct, no sugarcoating individual. Think evil Spock.
right.
Spock mirror universe.
Yeah, like a logical, dry, matter of fact kind of characteristic.
The lady outside will finally be a captain's woman. Okay.
What?
WHAT?
Sorry, it's that very old Star Trek episode.
Yeah. a reference back to the mirror universe Spock.
So yeah, we don't really know you. You don't really know us. And this wizard guy that we're with, he also doesn't really know us.
Mm-hmm.
If you catch my drift. But I kind of wanted to get a feel for who you are as a person and where you work for a black dragon, so obviously you weren't too hung up on the legalistic and moralistic attitudes that a lot of people are. Is that fair to say?
It's appropriate.
Good.
In other words, what he's trying to say is we have very loose moral values also.
Yeah. That.
Are you approaching me for a three-way sexually?
He might be, not I.
I'm not opposed to it, but
Just give him the team. Just give him the team fortress, Tucker. Grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people.
yeah. I came here to kick ass and chew gum. I'm all out of gum.
Roddy Piper. Was that Roddy Piper? Or
Yes.
Yeah. This was
Not his best film.
No, I just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to have a conflict of interest if things turn to a more physical altercation.
And the lady's going to look at him and just let him know straight up. If you want to get rid of the wizard, we can't help you. We signed a yes. We wouldn't be mad if you did, though.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Good idea. See, you're as smart as Valric was. Oh, Valric.
actually, I think she was smarter than Valric.
She's alive.
She didn't go jump into a pit from hell.
He will be missed.
All right, so these four strangers are dancing around the topic of being somewhat out of sorts in a situation they don't particularly approve of. Like they're trying to hint that they want you to murder the guy in the big funny hat.
No, we're saying that if he decides to, we can't help him.
Yeah, I don't believe I would need your help, but I appreciate your warning.
Just letting you know. Just letting you know that if we don't help you, it's not because we don't want to, it's because we can't.
Understood.
Good. I'm glad we had this talk. Oh, and don't
I'm
mind
assuming
the
he's still
giant
alive
golem.
at this point because of reasons.
Because we can't.
Mhm.
And he has been useful.
There it is.
But also, don't be freaked out by what's in the hole.
Mind your business about the hole. How about that?
Well, I mean, we got to open the hole to put the gold in it.
Mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business.
Fair enough.
All
Things
right,
were
so-
simpler when my boss was a all-powerful black dragon.
Yeah.
You get that. So after you guys finish shoveling as much coin as you can into the hole, you hear a whistle from the hallway as Pod is making his way back. Well, that was pleasant. Charming old chap, really.
Where'd you finally send him off to?
Oh, I just sent him to Emerald Hill. He'll be fine there.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I know we didn't ever do this, so let's go ahead and detect magic in the room, see if there's anything else
I
in
am
here.
constantly detecting magic,
Well,
just for
Yeah.
future reference.
Okay, then I will try to bear it in mind. The standard enchantments in this room are in place. They are things that aid in sleep and aid in wakefulness in emergencies. It is a specifically constructed sleeping chamber for the dragon.
I clap twice, the candles come on dim, and a white noise machine starts somewhere.
Yeah, a box fan pops up out of the floor.
Yes. Roll will save versus sleep. Good thing I'm an elf.
A catfishing TV show comes on. Very easy to sleep to.
Oh, and
Now, when you said-
reruns of the Crocodile Hunter.
When you say catfishing, do you mean like it's actually the outdoor channel showing people fishing for catfish, or do you mean catfishing as in people lying on the internet to get money from lonely people?
Either can be just as soothing. I was picturing a bunch of kittens on a riverbank fishing.
Catfishing.
Option C.
Whatever soothes you the most. But yes, like I said, the enchantments in here are simple.
a waterbed rug.
The rug just gets real wobbly. But there is nothing really that you can take out of here,
Okay.
loot wise. Further down the hall, as you continue on, it turns sharper to the south. And the next room is open. The door is off. It is a large chamber with a lot of stone seats. There's a couple of pits with iron cages over the top. And there are some what look to be like very delicate skeletons on the inside of the cages. Somebody want to make a knowledge check for me?
What
Knowledge
type
religion.
Planes.
of planes, eh?
Assist.
31 for 33 with
All
the
right,
assist.
You look at the bones in the cage. Like these were long abandoned steam methods that basically just gave up the ghost with no sources of heat or moisture in the room after everyone left or died.
The steam room.
This is the steam room.
Hmm. Pity.
But there's also standard steam stuff there. Like you can bring coals and heat rocks and throw water on them if you like. But there was just the more standard amenities. Finally, you come to the area that was used for a kitchen by the staff. You see a massive cauldron in one corner. There are tables for preparation, and there is a number of food larders around the walls. These are proof against rot, so there's actually fresh edible food still, 200-year-old food in the larders. Fresh game, fruits, spices, herbs. Just you find a pony keg of beer. It has plenty of rations here. Like everything else that was out of the larders, of course, is covered in mold, gunk, and rot. But
I was
There?
going to look see if there was any good wine or something like that.
you can
With
find a
his
couple.
cheese.
You can find a couple more wheels of the cheese in the larder.
Hey,
And you also find, yes, a number of bottles of wines of various vintages that were old when the place was abandoned, but preserved so that they aren't vinegar now,
Nice.
which might be worth a penny or two. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I said restock.
Yes, you can restock your rations here pretty well, but beyond that, beyond the standard magical built-in stuff here, again, nothing terribly treasureful to be found.
Cool though.
Yeah. So the only thing left is the route out, the map that the halfling gave.
All right. So Pod, y'all
Yes.
ready to go on our long journey?
Yeah, he's eating some cold chicken. He's like, this really kept well. I am very ready. I think if I look in my bag, my bag. He begins looking at his bags. Damn, the bag's missing.
Yeah.
Who had that bag?
Bag.
Valric.
Valric had the bag. All right. Well, I thought I brought some scrolls with the mount spell on it, but it just doesn't seem to be my lucky day. It must have went down with the ship, unfortunately.
Is this wide enough for my carriage?
You're what?
The carriage I could conjure.
Well, according to the halfling, it was big enough for the dragon to walk through even at its largest size, so I imagine a carriage would be fine.
Well, I shall conjure the carriage then.
My goodness, you are a resourceful one.
Oh, I do like this one. This one's fun.
Tiffany doesn't like to walk.
Neither do I. Look at these. I think I'm getting gout, to be honest with you. I gotta lay off the game meats.
And I can bring out my mount spell.
Okay. So once you guys get into the passageway, which wasn't really hard to find, honestly, the halflings directed you to a very easy place to find, but he told you that there are a number of twists and turns that would get you mixed up if you were not careful. You could loop back around on yourself, and he gave you the fastest route through those. He told you also that, like I said, it's only about like 15 miles. You can traverse it by foot in a day if you want to. If you had any other faster route, however, you can get there in a matter of hours. And you do. So, Tiffany, you summon your magical carriage, illusionary carriage. What is it? Summonable carriage? What is the spell called? I can't remember.
It was a summon.
Conjure carriage.
Conjure carriage, that's the one.
It's the pumpkin.
Yes, it's the pumpkin.
Board.
Quasi-real carriage, horses, and a driver.
Yeah, it's not a pumpkin, just a gourd, just one of those fucking big ass gourds that they just pop a hole in and call it a bird's nest.
Lord pumpkin.
But what was it saying? Oh yes. But beyond that, you have nothing else to do but drive. So once you're into the tunnel, the little light sources on the front of your carriage just pop to life, giving you ambient light. The spell creates horses, right, for you to pull them down?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So yes, your conjured horses fearlessly just begin moving down through the tunnels. Who's set to drive it today?
I mean, it gives us a driver also.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I know it's only been a few days since you last used the spell in-game, but it's literally been months for us. So.
I don't think I even really paid attention to all of the whole thing, but yeah, it's like one quasi-real horse carriage, horses, and driver.
All right.
And
then you can just show the map the halfling made you to the driver. It nods and carries on.
And I'll ride on top just to keep a lookout, just in case.
All right. Inside the carriage, who's riding inside the carriage? Just be the lady outside, Pod, and are you riding along as well, Sabat?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Pod has a couple of questions for you while he's got your ear for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
He asks you, what sort of things did you do for the dragon? Just assassinations?
Hard-lined diplomacy.
Okay, so yes. What was the dragon's aims? I mean, this place is very ostentatious for a black dragon. Did you know what his goals were? Was he out to rule the region?
His goals were his own, but the power he promised was payment that I appreciated.
Played it close, I say. And you're still uncertain as to who would have killed him.
I was unaware of anything powerful enough to kill him, and I still have a hard time believing he's dead.
Oh no, I've seen the skull and some of the bones as well. They're all there in Copper Kettle Pass.
Could have been the missus.
How old was the missus when you last knew of her?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Being able to tell how old a dragon is by looking at it, is difficult, but it was older than your master, but probably not anywhere near death.
Mm-hmm. I mean, dragons live
a long, long time.
Yeah, a very long time.
I'm just worried that she might have made her way through here if she was indeed the assassin of your master.
It's very possible.
And we'll leave here empty-handed, unfortunately. But at least we'll have done it. I mean, I know it's nothing to you, having been in this area most of a good long while, but this place is legendary by our time. But I have really one last question for you. Have these people asked you to kill me?
Yes.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. We said that if you did, we wouldn't help you.
I know what that means.
Actually, he said exactly what he wanted to say. So just let it go.
Fair enough.
Okay. Pod suddenly revealing he has a bit more on the ball than you thought. Says, all right. I was just wondering. Well, I doubt I can get you to sign a contract on to work with me, but
I give you a reserved smile. Like, no.
But do know that since you're here, you'll be getting a full share equal to what they get if you're well behaved, as it were. Now, I'm not saying that I could kill you myself. I'm an older man. I'm not old, but I'm a very fairly experienced wizard, and I'm not a fool, I don't think. So just know that you should think twice if you intend to attack. And I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm just being honest.
So, lady outside, do you say anything when this all gets said right in front of you?
I say, for the record, that's exactly what I said.
That's fine, my dear. I figured out all about you folks about about 3 hours into the boat trip. But we're already here and we're already working together. And frankly, I don't intend to let a bunch of jumped up youngins take all my credit for the hard work I've done. And you're getting, he's not talking about you guys. He's talking about the Golden Companions.
Yeah, he should have picked up by now that we really don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in whether they survive this dungeon, this excursion. Your beef with them is, of course, entirely your own. I owe them nothing. I just want what I came for. It's been a long 20 years of research. Are we understood, Miss Tiffany?
I don't like your tone.
Are we understood?
I
Miss
definitely
Tiffany?
don't like your tone.
Then do something about it.
I didn't say I planned on doing anything about it just now. I simply stated that I do not like your tone.
I don't like people plotting to kill me behind my back, but I'm very forgiving. Anyway, it's a nice long ride. Would you like some tea? And indeed, he does conjure some tea. Meanwhile, on the outside of the carriage.
The very awkward silence ensues for the rest of the ride.
Basically, I don't like his tone, and that new guy can suck it. That's what she's thinking.
I am not a charismatic person. That was a -1 bluff check. I don't lie.
And you didn't have to lie.
I didn't.
Yeah, you could have just
You
said
did, though.
no, because
No.
we
You
didn't
did,
ask you to
though.
kill him.
No.
You did, though, because nobody said, hey, will you kill that guy? Nobody asked you to kill him.
Y'all alluded to it.
That wasn't the question.
Yeah.
That wasn't the question.
Question is, if we asked you, and no one asked you to, we just said, hey, we can't help you if you do.
If you decide to kill that guy, we can't help you.
All right. Meanwhile, outside the carriage, Zarius, give me a perception check.
25.
You realize you didn't even need that much that high. You realize that you personally probably didn't need a map. This place is eerily easy to navigate for you. You can just tell by instinct which way is the right way. It's not a labyrinth. It's just a little confusing, and you're not confused in the slightest. However, while you are riding along beside the carriage, and which all the polite conversation has ceased from, you you hear something whispering in your head, like you feel the little scar of the draconic symbol in your hand, like burning a little.
Oh, so here it is. So I'm like, yes. In my head, I'm going, yes, ancestor. I was waiting for this sometime.
Betrayed.
By your mate?
No. Betrayed by servants, middling nobodies, filthy vermin, who I allowed to live at my pleasure.
Okay. Would one of them happen to be a certain, I will say, now I can remember Valric's name.
No, Cybot.
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 Was he loyal or was he not?
Cybot, my loyalist of retainers. No, the accountant sold me out.
That's why
Who'd
he
he
was
sell
so
you out
eager
to?
get going.
He lied, filled my mate's ears with lies, sent her and her personal guards when I was at my weakest. You get visions of a combat. The Black Dragon doing mortal combat with a number of armored knights and ultimately defeating them. And as he flew back to his lair and landed on top, what you're guessing is the entrance that leads to the chamber of treasure. Another roar sounds, and an even bigger Black Dragon tackles him, sending them both plunging over the edge of the cliff. On her back is a knight in green armor with a lance, just reaching down, stabbing the dragon in his eyes, in his face, in his tongue. They splash green acid breath at each other. They tear at each other's scales, and they disappear under the water. The mounted figure on the she-dragon's back staying on and still stabbing the whole time until finally the water turned red and black and green as the dragon is ultimately destroyed by his mate and her servants.
Good question. In my mind, I saw the ghost.
Yeah.
Did the ghost look like my ancestor or did it look like the mate?
The ghost, now that you think about it, looked like the mate.
Okay.
We were both.
Apparently, in my head, I actually will go to and say, apparently your mate did not survive. She is now a ghost
Yes.
trapped in the lake.
We are still together, but apart. I trapped in my lair, she trapped in her ambush. Both of us pining for vengeance on the halfling that stole our hoards.
He stole both your wards?
The dragon says, the dragon's ghost in your head shows you another image. The halfling coming out of the tunnels with from the hot spring, where he comes to a local fishing village that seem very afraid of him. You don't hear what he's saying, but you see him explaining and pointing back to the steam tunnels and leading people into there with him. The dragon's vision fades there and then fades in again. The halfling showing all the people a massive hoard of treasure, gold, art items, statues. He's waving his hand out to them, and they are looking just dumbfounded, terrified, and greedy. He's smiling at them and says, and tells them, and he's mouthing words you can't hear again because the dragon is unable to really give you this.
Can I read the lips?
You could try. Give me a perception.
Okay.
Or is it linguistics?
Yeah,
either
linguistics
one.
is what you use now. I think
28.
28. All right. You focus on the vision. You can see the old halfling's lips saying, "Unlimited wealth forever." And then he hands them a bottle and points to the stopper, and you could read. It says, "But I'll need to lay low a while." The man on the ledge overlooking the chasm where it's basically just a pit full of gold, unstoppers it, and the halfling disappears in it, and he stoppers it again. And you see the people of the village looking around at each other and at the bottle, and then the vision fades.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else come to mind?
Just the dragon's voice again says, "Darling child, descendant, we, your great-great-great-grandparents, desire vengeance.
I'm all for that.
We will give up our spirits, pass on. If you can make this happen, we will give you the spirit of the dragon."
Okay. Let me talk to a couple individuals and let them know what's going on. I'll actually pull up to the side driver and ask him to stop.
All right. Inside the carriage, the carriage pulls to a stop, and your tense tea sipping standoff comes to an end as Zarius sticks his head in and says,
"Hey, y'all might be interested in this." And then I go through my spiel, and I actually look at our new companion. It'll take a while for me to get that name.
Yeah, a year or so.
Valric 2.
If it helps, guys, could you just call me Valric?
Pull a beer fest on him.
Yeah, let's pull a beer fest.
But I look at Mark and go, I was kind of wondering about the village, and especially when we saw through the tapestry earlier that they were very concerned about the other party going through the hot springs. I just got confirmed information in a weird way from my spirit of my ancestor, I guess would be the best way to put it. And I will actually explain what I was told.
My God. By all the gods.
It's been a sham the whole time, huh?
Well, the villagers have definitely been in on it. That's the reason why I think they've been trying to make sure no one ever finds the treasure.
Mm-hmm.
They've been
Gone already.
blatantly. Well, not necessarily maybe gone, but they've probably definitely moved it or done something. They're definitely keeping access to the hoard.
Huh. Well, that would explain the sudden zoo breakout the night before last.
So they did it themselves.
This is very disquieting. And I sent that halfling away hours ago. Damn.
We got a supposedly a piece of his hair to track him.
I'm assuming he has ways to block divination.
May I see the hair?
Yeah, because it's only been so long, so we might be able to get something now before he does have a way to block it. So I will actually hand it over.
Okay. He grabs it and pulls out a magnifying glass and looks it over and says,
Fake.
Horse. It's a fucking wig.
Clever.
Cheaper than finding anti-divination spells, too.
Way cheaper.
I knew I didn't like that fucking guy.
You just
I
can't
thought it
trust
was just-
halflings.
I thought it was just my inherent racism, but no, there was something behind it. Fucking asshole.
Well, we at least know where part of the treasure's at. The village has been using it. I would suggest us continue onward because they might be keeping it there as a treasury. So there might be something still there.
Hey, you remember that thing that I got in the box? Do you think that would help your ancestor get what they're looking for?
No.
The Delmar looks at you and then decides to just let it go and says, all right. Yes, we should probably continue on. If they get there before us, that means that the village could be setting up an ambush for them. Of course, we know more than they do.
I'm just saying we go in prepared. We knew
Yes.
we were worried, we were concerned already, but now we know that there's a chance we might be attacked by villagers. They might have put traps in place, their own stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff for us to be prepared for when we get there. I just thought it was best for us to be prepared.
Of course.
Because one
Buying
your
the
friend,
Yes. And he's always been from here, and he's always been into breeding monsters. They've been restocking the labyrinth,
Well, that's good for us, right?
I suppose. Damn. Yes, we ride. Let's go.
Are we going to the labyrinth or are we going to a secondary location?
No,
we
we're headed-
got to go through. We got the place we go through from here is by the actual horde
Vault. Yeah.
vault.
Hmm.
Let's get to that vault as quickly as we can.
That's if they're still keeping it there, though, right?
We'll never know until we find out.
Well, another part is where better to keep a dragon horde at is a dragon's lair that you are the only ones that supposedly know about.
Yes.
When you have a labyrinth and a guy who breeds monsters to keep it stocked. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Bastard.
We just hear them kittens.
And they've been using the village's annual go search for the dragon treasure to kind of hide the fact that they've been probably using dragon horde money over time. It's a good way for them to bring money in and out.
This explains why south of the border has been around for so long.
It's a big money laundering thing for
funneling
dragon
horde money to stay open. They just keep making dumb decisions. It's like, yeah, we need about 50,000 Y2K coffee cups that we will still be selling in the year 2017.
For real.
Yeah, last time I was there was about that time, and they had a bunch of Y2K coffee cups.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
That's funny.
Oh,
I mean, how else is to launder money aside from selling cheap bullshit that never sells?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. All
It's
right.
not called laundering money. That's called wasting it.
Yeah. Wait, how does laundering money work? Don't you just buy a bunch of bullshit and then hope it
Sell
doesn't
it-
sell?
Sell it back to yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's how NFTs basically work. They're just a big money laundering scam.
Mm.
Actually, the best way to launder money is through the stock market.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, if you could do that. But NFTs are a faster way to do it.
They do a lot of cash art price art to launder money these days too.
Everything
anyway.
I know about laundering money, I learned from the Ozark and Breaking Bad. So I don't know a whole lot about laundering money.
If we did know a lot about laundering money, we wouldn't be asking people to check out our Patreon.
Or would we? HomeReadyTraders.com.
Anyway, can we get back to the adventure?
Yeah.
All right. So yes, Pod says, let's get going. If we don't have much time then.
Giddy up.
All right. The carriage takes off. Zarius takes off, and everyone is subjected to a slightly bumpier ride, and in the carriage now, even more silent, but now with a sort of a grimness. Dimmelmark muttering under his breath, "Lying bastard! All these years, he knew."
Yes.
Friends like these, right?
Yes, indeed. Eventually, the tunnel begins to narrow again. It gets to the point where the carriage and the horse cannot ride abreast, and most ride side by side. And finally, it gets to the point where the carriage can no longer proceed forward at all. Are you dismissing it or leaving it there for? I don't know.
Dismissing it.
Okay, you dismiss the carriage, and everyone begins to walk. But Dimmelmark's still fuming about the whole thing, until finally you round a corner and find a simple stone portal. It is basically just covered in draconic runes. Most of it warnings of a swift death for trespassers. You can see inside beyond it. There is a dim glow coming from in the interior of the portal. It is both golden and inviting, but you also see that there is a shimmering curtain of magical energy serving as a barrier between the two.
In my head, I whisper, "Anything I should know about this barrier? Do you know about it?"
You hear ever so faintly, as if the spirit doesn't have a lot of energy left for the day. Only a
Trueborn? I'll go up to the. Well, as long as we're proceeding over there, I will go that way and present my palm.
All right. When you present your palm to the door, and you see the shimmering energy sort of coalesce into a number of other draconic runes, a lot of them equaling safety, security, blood. They float towards your hand and touch it, and you feel a sort of a galvanizing kind of shock for a moment. It lasts very briefly, and then the runes on the door and the screen itself dissipates with a sort of a sighing sound.
Proceed.
You proceed inside. A short tunnel later, and you come out into a large chamber. You're at the bottom of it, and all up around you are golden treasures on either side of the doorway. And above that, you see that there is a ledge with a number of alcoves with like torchlight and a golden reflected light in there as well. As you are looking around at all this just assembled treasure, you hear a voice coming from a hillock of gold and coins. It says, "I can't believe you did that. That's amazing. It's just a matter of using the magic correctly. Most of these magic items can be tricked. Well, I'm not much for your thieving ways, but, I think we can probably say it really came in handy." Voices you recognize, the sounds of the Golden Companions. They have arrived at the same time as you. But they have not noticed you.
I'll look at everybody, kind of make a motion to listen and look at the direction and try to do everything quietly. So, try not to be obvious.
All right. You have a penalty to stealth in here because of all the coinage on the floor. So if you're trying it for movement purposes.
I'm not moving out. I'm just kind of staying where we're at.
You hear another voice, one of the other companions going, "This is wrong. Something smells wrong." "You say that about everything," says another one. Yes, you need to have a more positive attitude. No, I don't mean that. I mean, something smells literally wrong.
Actually, I look at everybody and ask, look at and a point to move back down the corridor.
I do.
I do, stealthily.
Scuttle.
Pod steps back too as well. How about you, spear guy?
Mm.
Cybot.
Can we not see them? We can only hear them.
You can only hear them. Their voices are echoing. You're guessing they probably came in from another entrance across the chamber. But the voices carry really well in here.
I'll slide back hesitantly.
Well, we're all rich. I suppose we can give up the fight and retire. I mean, we don't need to be heroes anymore. Says another voice, and then they all have a hearty laugh about it, as if that's the silliest idea they've ever damn well heard.
Like they really weren't heroes. Type of.
Huh?
Oh no, like they're not going to give up being heroes.
Yeah, like they're not going to give up fighting the good fight and being heroes.
Oh, okay.
That's their. Yeah.
How far up are the ceilings in this room?
Ceilings from the floor where you guys are 60 feet.
Okay.
Want me to go?
They begin. You hear coins being shifted around. And says, "My God, so much of it. Dragons are really, really greedy." And then another one says, "I don't think all of this is gold. In fact, I don't." You hear a voice. You hear another voice echoing down from above. Says, "No, it's not all gold. Some of it is monsters that we've hidden in here." What? Voices echoing around.
And that's why I'm wanting to step back.
Okay. Oh, we hoped to cut you off before you got here, but it looks like you moved a little faster than I thought you would. But let's just say that I congratulate you on your ability to find the treasure. You've really outdone yourselves. You've done way more than others. In fact, being the first people here will probably make you very famous if you were to live through it, which of course you won't. One of them says, "It's the mayor. The mayor's up there." You hear Delmar behind you swear, "Motherfucker."
Told you.
Well, I think we'll just use the ancient protections on this place to seal the doors and seal your fate. You hear a voice whisper in your ear, Azarius.
Yes.
"I can't stop this. Go, child.
As in go in or go out?
Go."
Okay.
If you give me the word, I'm going. But I'm waiting on the
Well,
word.
And we'll just let y'all know we're probably going to have to fight them and other creatures in this room. So be aware. And then, of course, we're going to get to have some fun with some villagers after this.
Okay.
Let's rack up.
All right. Who's going in? How are you going in? That's the question.
Still, for
can
me,
you-
I'm still getting in as quietly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we can't see any of this going down. We just hear them talking, right?
Excuse me.
Okay. Jeb will fly stealthily in the shadows.
I got a 17 stealth check to move.
All right.
And I swapped out that hat, which gives me a +3 stealth or +3 to move in the shadows.
Okay.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
I also got a 17 stealth to stay close to.
So did I.
All right.
Where did I go? Hang on. I guess I need to roll that, huh? Oh, natural 19.
Oh, shut up.
All right. You guys quickly make your way in the room, and you hear the mayor's voice echo out. I'd like to say see you later, but we won't. You guys hear a loud slam, slam, slam as all kinds of stone slabs begin to rain down. And just as you guys are stepping in, you see Pod step back out into the hallway again, and a metal slab and a slab slams down in front of him, leaving you guys in there with the.
No, without the
Of
wizard.
course, that little shit.
I almost wanted to say stay close to Pod.
You hear the Golden Companion say, begin talking amongst himself frantically, like, "What's going on? Why are they doing this to us? Can't you see that they're villains?" The other one, the bowler voice says, "There it is. There's that smell again. It's here. I smell them." And you see him crest the top of a hill and point directly down at you guys.
Did I
Give him the
fart or
finger.
something? I go, did I fart or something?
You smell like you've been dipped in dragon stomach leavings.
I don't.
Tart Toothcracker, their barbarian tracker, says, "It's the other adventurers from the village." He's like, "Ah, good, they can aid us." He smiles down and says, "I don't think they're here to aid us. Next time."
Yes, we're here to aid you.
On Raiders of the Lark, will our heroes hold out against the Golden Companions of Righteous Resolve? Will they escape from the dragon's vault? Will they get even with the villagers? Where the hell is Pod Dimmelmark? How about that crappy halfling that fooled them into letting him go? We have a lot of things to resolve, and we'll get to it next time. Toker, do the advertising spiel.
This has been Raiders of the Lark, a homebrew detritus production. Don't forget to visit us at homebrewdetritus.com or support us on Patreon. Possible hentai on the way. Thanks, Rex.
Working on it.
Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel where we have videos of games that we play. At this point, we will have done some RPG Revolver with Barbarians of the Ruined Wasteland. And yeah, that one. Cartoons and other stuff. You can, did I say Patreon? Yep, I mentioned hentai. Don't forget to rate us and like us and tell your nerdy friends about how nerdy this is and how, they can't play with anybody because they don't like to shower, so they can just listen to us play this game and be stinky at their house. All right. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Jiggle physics.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Breast.
Breasts.
Jeff.